Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, be sure to check out my recent video on the top 10 best state capitals. But today, we're talking about a capital city that often flies under the radar despite being a great place to live, Sacramento, California. Located at the confluence of the Sacramento and American rivers in Northern California, Sacramento is often overshadowed by larger cities like LA and San Francisco. But with around 522,000 residents in the city and 2.4 million in the metro area, it's actually the fastest growing major city in California. Over 25,000 people move here every year, drawn by its affordability, well, at least by California standards. So why Sacramento? Historically, it was the epicenter of the California gold rush, which explains why it became the state capital. It's also known as one of the most diverse cities in the U.S. today, with a vibrant art scene, fantastic farm-to-table food, outdoor activities, and a lot more to offer. But like any city, Sacramento has its downsides, so let's take a closer look. Number 10. Bad schools. California, unfortunately, doesn't rank high when it comes to education, and Sacramento's public schools are no exception. With a student-to-teacher ratio of 26:1, double the national average, Sacramento schools struggle. While some of the suburban areas like Davis and Rocklin have better options, the city's overall education system ranks poorly. Number 9. No beach. Despite California's reputation for stunning coastlines, Sacramento isn't close to any beaches. In fact, the nearest one is about 100 miles away. However, if you're a fan of both the ocean and skiing, Sacramento is ideally located, just an hour and a half from San Francisco and 2 hours from Lake Tahoe's snowy peaks. Number 8. It gets hot. Sacramento summers are hot, with temperatures regularly hitting 100 degrees Fahrenheit from May to September. The good news is that it's a dry heat, and the Delta breeze cools things down in the evening. Plus, the winters are mild, so at least you won't have to deal with freezing temperatures. Number 7. Homelessness. Homelessness is a major issue throughout California, and Sacramento is no different. You'll find tent cities and unsheltered people in many areas, especially downtown. Despite efforts to address the problem, the situation seems to be worsening. Number 6. Parking. Parking in Sacramento's downtown and midtown areas is a challenge. If you're headed out, expect to pay for a spot in an expensive garage. While the city is trying to promote walkability and biking, the public transportation system isn't great, making driving a necessity for many. Number 5. Traffic. Like much of California, Sacramento has its share of traffic problems. Whether it's on the I-5 or Business 80, rush hour can be a headache. Sacramento consistently ranks high for traffic congestion, and local drivers are notorious for being some of the worst in the country. Number 4. Pollution. With so many cars on the road, it's no surprise that Sacramento struggles with air pollution. It's the 5th most polluted city in the U.S. by ozone and 11th in short-term particle pollution. The American Lung Association gave Sacramento an F grade for air quality. Number 3. Allergies. Sacramento is a tough place for allergy sufferers. With its many trees, plants, and farms, the city experiences a heavy pollen season from March to June. If you don't have allergies now, you might develop them after living here for a while. Number 2. It's still not cheap. While Sacramento is more affordable compared to cities like San Francisco or LA, it's still expensive. The median home price is around $360,000, and rent averages $1,800 per month. Add in high taxes and the rising cost of living, and Sacramento might not be the bargain it once was. Number 1. It's hard to find a good job. Sacramento's job market can be tough. Unless you're in government, healthcare, or tech, good jobs can be hard to come by. The unemployment rate was around 4.8% before the pandemic, and the city tends to recover slowly from economic downturns. That's the lowdown on Sacramento. Despite its drawbacks, it's a growing city with a lot to offer, especially for families. If you're thinking about moving to California but want to avoid the higher costs of coastal cities, Sacramento could be a great option. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what city you'd like me to cover next.